Hi, friends. Well, it looks like my computer is working today. Yay! I know I've been having a lot of problems with that, but I just have to always be able to kind of flip things and do things different when it doesn't work, but that's okay. That's what we got to do. So I hope you all are doing good today. I'm going to move my table over or my desk over a little bit because I'm using a different one. So I'm just going to make sure everything's right. I can cut it correctly. Hi, Tracy. I can always depend on you to be here. Thank you so much. Um, so I've been seeing a lot of the fan cards out there. I don't know if you've even made one yet or not, but I have not. But they are really easy. So I was pretty excited about trying that out. So I've got some paper cut out. And we will flip the camera. Gosh, I need to move that way a little bit more. Now my head's not cut off. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, I can't see my computers all the way over that way. So I'm going to move the camera around. And love it when I can use my document camera. It definitely wants to work better. So you are going to be able to make this super easy card, but I have to show you. I don't know if you guys have gotten this yet. I mean, the stamp set alone by itself is awesome. It is, I mean, this is great stamps. And none of the images for the dies cut this out. But you get 17 dies. And you have to cut 2 of that. You'll make this cute little bag. I just kind of put a piece of DSP in there for a towel. But it makes sunglasses, water bottle, a little scarf, 2 different kinds of handles. This is if you want to make just a long bag. You can use this die. You'll need 2. Cut this out twice. Pocket, lotion, one of the handles, another one of the handles. You'd cut 2 of these. Sunglasses. Got your seashells and all that. And you've got a scarf. And I think these are like decorative things for the handles. This is the bottom and the sides of the handles. You'd cut these out twice. This does like a fence. There's a tag, lotion, and the water bottle itself. It's got like 17 dies. So anyway, that I love this. I'm having fun with it. I just started playing with it yesterday. And this is the paper I'm going to use, the Floral Impressions. I know that Cindy's going to love this. Flip side. That's really pretty. This one has like pattern like in 3 sections going down. So you'll get a mix if you're going this way. But it's very pretty. Love this piece. And even though I'm using this piece on my card, I'm going to use this piece for the flip side. These are just very pretty. Very pretty paper. Got some greens. Oops. Yeah, that's that. And gosh, sunflowers. Love sunflowers, but that's that paper. Very pretty paper. It goes with a different set. But this Notes and Totes is in the annual catalog. So you need to start with a base. This is your typical base. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. But you're going to need your paper trimmer and a ruler. You're going to mark this at 2.5 right here. And then you're going to cut from the 2.5 down to the corner. I'll move that over a little bit. Hopefully we can see that. 2.5 all the way down to the corner, like that. So you'll have this, okay? Set that aside for the moment and set this aside. Your next layer is going to be 4 by 5.25, and you mark it at 2.5 as well, and do the exact same thing. So you're just going to cut from that 2.5 down to the corner. You'll have that piece. Then you're going to have some designer series paper that's marked. There's my 2.5 right there. And if it's not quite right, you know, you can always shave off some. Yeah, there it is. Can't see very good. So this is a super easy card. Super easy. Okay, so you've got these layers, right? I need to erase my corners because I can see them, or my marks. Get those off. So you've got those. Those are going to get layered right there. Okay. And this is going to be laid right here, and this piece is going to be laid. Wait a minute. Get that done. This one needs to be a little bit smaller, I think, because it's just too big. So I'm going to take a smidge off. That's how I roll. Because I think they used a different piece for the inside. I got this idea from Patty Dolan. So that's going to go like that. Actually, no, that's not going to go like that. I should have cut a piece for the inside. That is 4 by 5.25. Let's do that. 4 by 5.25. That one goes on the inside. Do that. So that's going to go in here. And then I could put this right here. So that'll work. That will work. So you'll see that like that. Okay. And I'm going to do what I don't normally do. I'm going to glue this in. Because the paper is doing most of the work, I'm just going to put a sentiment in the inside. And we know what happens if I make a mistake. I just stamp it, cut it out, and put it over the top of my mistake. That is how I roll. So there's that. This is going to go like this, but we're going to put this together. We're going to put these layers together. Just like this. Bone folder, need that. Like that. And this goes on here. I just love this paper. It's just so pretty. I saw Great Minds Think Alike, Cindy, or Tracy. We both put our paper pumpkin cards in today for a card a day in May. Definitely one of the kits that I like the most. Okay, so there's that piece, and it goes right here. Super easy, lemon squeezy. We're not using the dies at all today. And I'm waiting for my paper pumpkin kit to come for this month. Okay. Like that. Okay, there's that. There's this. This goes on here, goes on the inside. They probably used, I think Patty used a different panel. But since I don't really have yellow showing on this card, I didn't want to use the yellow. Like that. Give it a nice even border. Okay, so there's that. Now you need your next panels. This panel that you cut is going to be for your big triangle. that you cut off right here. So you want to save that big triangle. Okay. And then you needed a piece that is 2 1/4 by 5 1/8. And you are going to cut it the same way. And you're going to go like this, same the upper left to the bottom right. Always cut the same direction for this card. But if you don't, I'll show you what happens or how it looks, because I did that on my first card, and that's okay. So this goes here, right? And then you have a piece of DSP that is 1 7/8 by 4 7/8. We're doing the same thing. This almost would be like you could make 2 cards, at least a couple triangles out of this paper. I'm going to have to order more of this paper because it is just so pretty. So pretty. So this is the piece that's going to go on here. Okay, like that. But you could reverse it. No, you couldn't reverse it. It would still be the same piece. Never mind. Don't pay any attention to me. I know I cut my very first card in the wrong direction. I've got several glue bottles and they're all on their last leg right here. Trying to use them up before I throw them away. So we got that triangle going like that. You're going to be amazed at how easy this is. I know Lisa Curcio did do this card, but she did a bigger card, whereas Patty Dolan did a standard A2 card. So that's why I liked hers. I didn't have to figure anything out. So there's that. So I think John overdid it this weekend. Well, the last few days. I need a little dab in the corner right here. I know he mowed on a riding lawnmower. He mowed on Thursday. See, this is going to go like right here. Like that, okay? We got an extra piece here. Now the next piece, you need a piece of cardstock. I digress. So he mowed on Thursday. Friday we went to the flea market. We only stayed for about 3 hours because then he was whipped, and it was a nice day on Friday. And then on Saturday he had men's group at church, so he did that and came back, and then we went to the flea market again for about 3 hours. We ran into our nieces and nephew, Carlin, and her kids there, so that was fun. But very little, mostly food. So, but he was pretty tired, and the 2 days of walking, and he has that AFib, so that's something that he's going to have to get worked on. So your small triangle, the narrow one, the cardstock is 1 1/2 by 5 1/2, and you got to cut it diagonally as well, same direction. What I mean by same direction is don't go this way, go this way, go the same direction you've been going. Don't mix it up. Okay, so there's that piece, and then we have a piece of designer series paper that is 1 by 5, and by the miracle of cutting ahead of time, because I wanted this. Is this going to work? Yes, it's going to work. I wanted a different piece. I wanted a different piece. Oh, wait a minute. I need white. My white. Need my white. White is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Same. Cut upper left to bottom right. Okay, so there's that. Like that. And like that. So I can have a different piece. So I didn't want them all the same paper. What I probably should have done was done the purple paper right here, and then maybe this. But that's okay. it's still pretty no matter what. But I like this design because it really shows off the paper. This paper is so stinking pretty. I'm enjoying playing with this bundle. I could see totally making like a Christmas shopping bag. And this will hold a gift card too. This bag. It'll hold tea bags. They do recommend that you use DSP over cardstock to hold things that are heavy, but I will just have to try it out and see how it goes. But I just like this paper for this card. Okay. So we're done for the moment. So this is how this is supposed to go. So you have this like this. So you want the corners from corner to corner. And then this one goes right on top like this. Like that. So I'll show you the card. Yeah, I should have done it the other way. I agree. I should have done it the other way because I'll show you my other card. Although it's a little backwards. That's okay. This is definitely a thick card. Okay, so we're going to glue this on. This gets all the glue. All the glue. You haven't seen any of these yet? Man, I've seen quite a few from people that I follow. And it's like I really wanted... I did that wrong. It's not supposed to be glue all the way. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. I do want to make sure that I hit the corner to corner. Yeah, you don't want the glue on this part. Okay? I'm such a goober. I'll fix it though. That's okay. We'll fix it. But I'm going to keep that right there because I need that to dry. And this one can get glued all the way. All the gluing. Learn by my mistakes. And that goes like that. Okay. So we're going to let that dry for a minute. Put that aside. My fingers are so sticky. Okay. Now I'm using the stamps because this is really, it has sending warm wishes, just a note, relax and enjoy, newsflash, you're fabulous. It's got a flower, lots of flowers, sunshine, water, so grateful, a true story, exclusive, made just for you. I'm using sending warm wishes in Blackberry Bliss. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it out. Because that's how I roll. Do I want it this way? Which way takes the least amount of paper? This way. There's that. Okay. And clean it. There's that. And then we have, that'll be on the inside. And scissors. I'm not as big a fan of fussy cutting like Mary Lou is. But I do like cutting sentiments out because you don't get, you don't hide so much paper. You know, when you're using really pretty paper, I hate to hide the paper. So there's that. And that's going to go right here with dimensionals. They're here somewhere. There's that. So this is a very easy card to make. Sending warm wishes. And I've got my oh, you're doing wedding dress shopping. So let's see. Put some of these on. I have some purple embellishments, but this, I don't know, this is just a little bit different color for me. Wish I had something a little bit darker. And this would be really pretty if you had like paper with some gold on it. I think it would be really, really pretty. So you got that. And then here we're going to put in Newsflash, you're fabulous. I really like this. It's just such a cheery little stamp set. And it's interesting to me that the dies have really nothing to do with the sentiments per se. So I hope you give this a try. And I'm going to show you my first card, the first one I did. This is my first one. See, I cut the triangle at the wrong angle. So that's why this one really sticks out. It doesn't look bad, though. I actually think I kind of like it better, that it sticks out a little bit more. I don't know. And see, I like having this lighter in between these two. And then I use the lighter on the inside. So do you agree? I like this one better. So you like the one I made with? I mean, I really like this. I just like the breakup of the pattern. Instead of, I know like I saw somebody do all three the same pattern, but I like this one better with the fresh freesia in between these two layers. And I actually like going the opposite way now that I look at it. But that would just confuse people, I'm sure. But anyways, easy card. Easy card. So I hope you guys give it a try. And like I said, this bundle is a good one. It is a good one to have. Great sentiments. I like it. So I will see y'all later. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see some of you on Saturday when we do our kit together. So bye, y'all.